Welcome to the Prehocracy Show, the show before the show that you watch after the show.
And by the show, we mean the Adhocracy Show, your weekly source for advertising, marketing, art, and design.
Oh, sweet. Welcome to today. I'm excited for this.
Yes, welcome to today.
Welcome to today, whatever today is. We've got a great show coming up. We're going to be doing a water cooler moment.
Yeah, and we're getting into a very, very controversial topic.
Something that you maybe don't know about, but do.
It could be one of the most polarizing topics in the design world. So you don't want to miss out on that.
Absolutely. But first, we're going to go and answer our love questions. These are the 36 love questions that are guaranteed to make you fall in love with us. Or at least, two people fall in love together scientifically.
Yeah. I mean, we're kind of stretching the science on this a little bit.
Are we falling in love with each other from answering this?
I hope not.
I hope not.
Yeah. All right, what do we got?
Today's question.
Okay.
What, if anything, is too serious to be joked about?
I would say the topic that we're discussing today on the show might be one of those things.
Do not talk about double spaces.
Yeah. No. See, I'm not sure if there's anything in today's world that is too serious to be joked about in the right circumstance.
Yeah.
Because...
Or framed in a certain way that...
Yeah, because I feel like satire and sarcasm has completely, destroyed the rules of it. That's too serious, because all of a sudden, you take a serious topic, you portray it in a satirical way, you're joking about that topic, but it's okay.
It's sort of like when... do you remember when, I think was it Seth MacFarlane that hosted the Oscars or...
Oh, yeah.
One of them, and people were sort of outraged by it.
Yeah, but I mean...
But the way he did it, the way that they did it, it was either him or Neil Patrick Harris. I can't remember. But they sort of been like... They sort of said it like, okay, what if we did this in the show? And then they did the number, and it was really racy and awful. But then they're like, no,
it was Seth MacFarlane.
Was it?
Yeah, that was his song... We Saw Your Boobs, I think. and then...
Because it was funny because they framed they framed it as, okay, what if we did this?
Yeah, we would never do this.
They did it, and then they go, no, that's probably a bad idea. It'll probably get us a lot of crap for it.
Yeah.
What if we did this? Then they did it.
Yeah.
I thought that was genius. I thought that was a stroke of sheer genius to because it was framed differently. It was framed in this what if we did this? Oh no, we wouldn't do that. I think that definitely goes to that point.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not sure if there is a topic that is too serious to joke about. I think there are definitely situations and circumstances where a topic is too serious to joke about.
Yes.
One,
I guess depending on your intent of how you're talking about it too.
Yeah.
If you're racism, for example.
Okay.
Most stuff that gets labeled as racism today may be someone pointing out something of a stereotype.
Yeah.
Where it's not like the hate speech of, because they have this skin color, I hate them and they should not be able to blah, 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 blah.
Well, and I also think, as far as the situation goes, at a funeral, I am a master at jokes. I am so good.
At a funeral?
Oh, my word. I come up with the best jokes at funerals. And Sinead gets to hear, my wife gets to hear all of them because I'm sitting next to her.
Why are we not going to a funeral?
Huh? Oh, we should go to a funeral? We should go find funeral crashers.
Maybe you should be writing scripts at funerals, like how writers go to a coffee shop. You go to funerals.
I go to funerals. It's where my best inspiration.
Just on the edge of death and pondering.
I have these funeral homes on my list. I talk to them. You guys have
Yo, Sal,
tips?
any deaths going on here?
Okay. Well, I don't know, but because I feel like it's a very serious situation, and my brain will just try to do everything to become less uncomfortable, and so I start coming up with funny situations and jokes and all these things, and I listen to like the talks or what are they called?
The
eulogy, and maybe it's just like subconsciously I'm so uncomfortable that I have to make it funny, and so then I just like find funny things throughout the entire funeral, and I don't know, and then I end up planning like my own funeral and tell everybody that I want, like, I think it would be funny to be embalmed like this, and everybody like comes up and like gives you a high five.
I love that idea.
Yeah, we put the fun back in
I can
funeral.
relate in that my response to being uncomfortable or not being like not knowing how to feel goes to either humor or laughing.
Yeah.
And again, that's where like we've talked about in one of the previous episodes or Prehocracy shows about like I laugh when my wife gets mad or like I think she's cute and then I laugh and she gets more mad and I think it's cute and laugh, and when I come to something and I don't know how to handle it, laughter and joking is usually my modus operandi. Like I
Whoa.
kind of,
He's speaking new languages here. I mean, that's not intelligent.
I do have to say though, one thing for me that is too serious to be joked about is any kind of like abuse.
That's true. Yeah, I can definitely.
I remember once kind of getting into one of the only ruse I've had on Facebook, and it really wasn't a ruse, but someone was joking around about like, and I'm talking of abuse, anyone that has some amount of power over someone else and uses it in an abusive way. That could be you over an animal, you over a spouse, men to women, dictators over country, anything like that. Again, I think depending on how you're joking about it and what your point is could be really different, but joking around about...
See, right there in my brain, I was coming up with jokes about all the different situations that would this be considered abuse or not.
But I remember going back and forth with this girl, and they were her and her brother were sort of joking. I don't remember what the joke was, but I was like, abuse isn't funny. Like, it in general, it just isn't funny. Like you're gonna have to do it a lot better than this to like.
Yeah. Though, what's his name? From the original British Office.
Oh, Ricky Gervais.
There's nothing too serious for him to joke about, and I don't know how he does it. I don't know why, but somehow, and maybe it's like if we had British accents, then we could, or if we just maybe just set ourselves up. That's what it is. British people can joke about anything. Anyway, but there, I mean, I imagine if you're
I think like comedians in general can kind of get away with that because there is something about turning a light on the world and problems but if you are trying to get across some kind of abuse thing the other thing with Ricky Gervais, he is very heavily against animal cruelty.
Yeah.
A form of abuse. He is very against it, like in all forms. And he jokes around about it, about like hunters, like when that lion or whatever was shot by that dentist or whatever. He, really was on the warpath. That kind of stuff gets him fired up. Yeah. So,
all right. So, jokes you won't hear in our show.
Abuse, rape, any of that stuff, I think is just terrible.
I agree.
The plights of society, I think, could definitely be on that list.
Yeah.
Ah, man, that was serious. That was just a shaking tone. I just feel like it was negative.
So on that note...
I need to look up puppy unicorn butterfly things just to feel better about myself.
Puppy unicorn butterfly things. All right.
I should draw that.
Let's get started on today's episode.
All right.
Wait, I have to read it. Okay.
Let's get ready. Wait, hold on.
Okay, sorry. All right, I'm ready.
Welcome to the Adhocracy Show. On today's show,
a water cooler moment.
The history of spacing.
And a plea for the one space.
We'll be right back. To space or double space? That is the question. But what is the answer?
Now, before you freak out, I know you have an opinion already.